We are living in a country where those who are hustling are doing well than those who are doing 9 to 5.
Did you see a market when you started this?
This man saw an opportunity and took it. He's into making equipment for farmers.
Farming it's more like a business. You put money, you get money.
What this man is doing is actually a proper business. But in this video, he explains the challenges he is facing and the methods he is using to get good returns on this business.
Most of our farmers, 80% of our customers, in other words, they are second-time customers.
Today, I visited him to get an understanding of how he is doing it. I specifically wanted to know what he is learning from the farmers he has been meeting.
But when I started it wasn't easy.
You might want to watch the video to the last because what he is going to expose concerning farmers is shocking. Now, before I asked him about his personal business, I had to put him on the spot.
You work with farmers.
Yes.
What are the mistakes that you have noticed that are being made by farmers that you'd actually say, if farmers can fix this, things are going to probably go well for them?
Yeah, starting big. They want big things. It's like their last year of working in farming, so they just want to do it big. But I say you don't need to start big. You need to start better. When I say you need to start better, I can't say start small as well. I can't say start big. I say start better. When I say better, I say your level of budget, maybe your budget is different from my budget. I have to make sure that when I'm doing my things, my budgets can meet that. Because when you are doing these projects, it doesn't eliminate emergencies. People will still die, people will still get ill, you need to cover up that. So your budget must be able to make sure that all those things are funded well and you still go with your business well. So at the end of the day, someone start a big project. Let's start cropping in the other stages. You fail. Why? Because your whole money is on structure and you are no longer liquid enough and you don't have that capacity to start doing that production. So where are we going? We are stuck again.
Exactly.
So you start better. You always grow. And I prefer someone who starts smaller, growing better, because that one grows faster than someone who starts bigger and try to grow. That one will go down. So that's the problem that I've noted with farmers. They just want it big.
Do you think that people here in Zimbabwe or Africa in general have that pull him down mentality?
That one. It's good, actually, for us business people, because you need to have some force pulling you down, so that you become strong enough and you don't rest trying to find way out. Yes, the pull him down syndrome, it's everywhere. And I tell you, it's a disadvantage to those who are not strong enough. And we want people who are strong enough in business that will say, I will make it even if it's difficult. It's possible, but it's difficult. I will still make it.
Do you think that there are business opportunities here in Zimbabwe as someone who is into business?
Yes, we have more business opportunities compared to developed countries. Why? Here you'd see that we still have more gaps in terms of technology, more gaps in terms of basic things. We need to do basic things. We don't need sophisticated or complicated products or services. Those basic things, we can't offer them. But now the thing is that we are yet to believe that we are here for our problems. So I think that way, it's a mentality thing.
Okay.
But we have more opportunities than you might think that a developed country or a first world country has. As a third world country, we still need more dams, we still need more infrastructure, we still need more basic things, because we are still fighting with clean water. To get clean water is still an issue. To get proper food on the table is still an issue. So all those, there are opportunities, but we still see them as problems. Let's run away from them instead of solving them, because solving problem, it brings money. So we say, no, let's go to a better economy like South Africa, where if you can't go and penetrate South Africa easily. The market of South Africa is already sophisticated and complicated enough that it requires someone with more experience. While you are going there without experience, so this is our home. We need to solve our own problems, whatever way. But let's just think of solving them.
Have you ever tried life outside of Zimbabwe?
No, but it was in my plans. But I see and I read widely. I think
Reading is important, huh?
they are very important. I'm sure I know more books, more business books, more documentaries. Instead of seeing those Indians and dramas, I try by all means to upgrade myself by seeing information or by reading information that upgrades me. So you'd find that all those people, firstly, they believed in themselves. They started to do things with what they have at any given point. So that's what we need to do.
You know, I always want to hear a story behind a business. Because at the end of the day, people, when they're looking at a business, they think, they had it easy.
We started in 2017.
Was it easy for you to reach this level?
It wasn't easy, but if something is not easy, it doesn't mean it cannot be done. It's a combination of a lot of things, a lot of mistakes, a lot of passion, a lot of maybe we can say dreams. You combine them, so it's a combination of a lot of things. But one most important thing, I think, is just believing that it can be done. It's a demo. It's a model for a greenhouse. You'd find that people I know, they hesitate to have a greenhouse because they think it's expensive. It's expensive when you are starting, but in the long run, it's cheaper because when you are doing open field farming, your costs are 4 times higher than someone who is doing it inside there. So it's cheaper to have a greenhouse in the long run. In fact, not long run. Within a year, you are as good as better than that one. Only you need to fork out some capital so that you have the structure. Then after that, you are good to go. You can easily achieve better results with this, unlike when you are on open field. Our crops, they want a warmer environment basically. We can talk of tomatoes, English cucumber, peppers. They want a warmer environment, but not scorching.
I wanted to ask, now there is climate change and it's at its peak. Where do you fit in the farming space to actually contribute something that is important to farmers that can help them?
Climate change is affecting these two major parameters, rains. So on rainfall, we are being affected on rainfall pattern and the amount of rains that we are receiving. And then on the other parameter, it's affecting temperatures. We are now receiving very low temperatures and very high temperatures. So we are making sure that you are covered on these two parameters. With a greenhouse, you use less water because there is lesser evapotranspiration. This plastic, it protects that high evapotranspiration rate. So at the end of the day, you use less water. And when we are doing our greenhouse, we equip them with a drip irrigation system such that you don't waste a lot of water. So on water, when you are using a greenhouse, you are covered because you use less water. We compared it to someone who is on an open field. When he uses 100 liters, you use 25 liters. So the ratio is almost 4:1 of saving. So when it comes, we are having, because of these changes, we are now experiencing, or we are now having new types of diseases. Now with this one, you are protected because no insect diseases are carried by insects. This in this greenhouse, it protects crops from insects because they cannot pass through.
They cannot go through here.
Exactly, though there is a ventilation, but they cannot go through. So to me, according to my own definition, I say when you are a farmer, water is capital, because without water, you can't do it. So if it's capital, we need to save our capital. If it's capital, we need to make sure we have it all the time. So on a spray race, you use 1,000 liters of water. Unlike when you are using a plunge dip, you use 20,000 to 25,000 liters of water, and that water is not easy to get when it's in drought. But when this one it's in drought, you are covered. And this one, when it's in winter, most of horticultural crops that are valuable crops, in other words, they don't do well in winter. You know, tomatoes, they will not survive this winter. Even these fruit trees, they don't survive easily in winter. So with this one, it's warmer inside, so you are protected from winter.
Did you see a market when you started this? Like, oh, there is a gap there.
yeah, the market, I studied agricultural engineering.
Oh, okay.
So I worked in the agricultural field for about 5 years, so I knew where there is demand, what is lacking and how to do it. But when I started it, it wasn't easy.
When you started this business, when did you start seeing the returns? Was it after 1 year, 2 years?
Yeah, there is that silent returns, and there is that tangible returns. Tangible, I would call it money. Money, you might start to see it in 2 years,
Yes.
but the intangible now, it's the most important, where people start to believe in your products, and it's a profit on its own.
Where am I standing right now? Because you're one person who is digitalizing everything, and now technology is involved in most of your products. You told me that this is a scale.
Yes, it's a digital scale. So there is an old method
Yeah.
of weighing animals.
Yeah.
You put a belt, you see the figure or the number, then you go on the conversion chart. You know that if this belt is reading this number, so it's about these kgs. But that one involves a lot of errors, and that one involves it takes more time. But with a digital scale, so a digital scale, it's a developed system from that belt. You just need your animal to stand on top, and then you can read easily. We managed to break and to penetrate the market because of our quality, because of our service, because of modernizing our designs. It's like that they meet the demand, and so that they meet or they solve the problems that farmers are facing. And we believe in making sure that farmers, they get that cutting edge they deserve as farmers, so that they usually farming it's more like a business. You put money, you get money. So if your service or a product is making sure that it's happening that way, farmer puts money, gets money. That's how you grow. So our growth is basically directly proportional to the growth of farmers, because most of our farmers, 80% of our customers, in other words, they are second-time customers. They are returning customers. You know, in this business of farming, if someone bought a spray, you know that that person will not come again for another one, because it solves the whole problem. So the other thing is, you have to get a referral from that person. So you need to do and play your cards very well in terms of quality and delivering on time. So that's what we're specializing on, delivering the right quality on time. So this is how we grew, and this is where we are today because of that.
Do you do animal tracking?
Yes, animal tracking, that's the automation of our systems. We have an animal monitoring system that tracks animal. These days we are having more cases of animals being stolen. Then we can track them using a GPS. Even you can track the operations that are being done on your animals, that is dipping, weighing, or the time that they are being sent to the pastures. You can monitor that. You can see that with a greenhouse. You can even monitor the time that is being irrigated, the time that is being open, your ventilation, monitoring temperatures, humidity and moisture. So those things, they can be monitored. Nowadays, when it comes to electronics, those things, they are doable. We can do that as well.
What are the challenges that you're facing as someone who is into this kind of business?
Right. Challenges are those. Most of them, they are economic. The issues of liquidity. Customers, they want the product, but they are not liquid enough to get them. So we are trying to cover up that gap, but that's the most major problem that our farmers are facing. We have many people, we have many farmers that believe in farming, that believe that this is the way to go. Why? Because they see the demand, they see that we need food each and every time. So the demand is clear. You can, unlike other products, you can definitely know that I want lunch, I want supper, I want breakfast. So it clearly indicates the level of demand. So at the end of the day, we have people with farms. They've been given farms, but they don't have enough capital to have these structures. To a certain extent, they require a certain amount so that you can have them. But that's the challenge. But I see us winning, working in partnership with the banks. We are going to have an arrangement with that to work with our banks so that they can be funded. Because we have a track record where farmers, they have our products, they start to produce, they start to sell, they will build more, and they will start to have well-recorded things that the bank can accept as proper records.
Have you ever reached a level where you say, I'm giving up my business? I can't take it anymore?
No. Those situations, yes, I know. You know people around you, they will tell you, this is not working. My friend, try something. We know you are good at this. Can you try this? Yes, I know I am good at this, but this is now passion plus understanding. So I like it that way.
Tell me more about the services that you offer.
Okay, so basically we offer greenhouses.
Yeah.
We offer animal handling equipment that is sprayers, snake clamp, body clamp, digital scales. We offer for water, we offer galvanized steel tanks and the drip irrigation systems. We do also steel structures like sheds.
You're doing window frames also?
Yeah, these window frames, it's a project. Like I said, we can do special designs. These are window frames. They are done. We need to paint them and they go to the customer.
What is that?
That one is a tank. It's a galvanized steel tank. It's a square form. It's a 20,000 liter tank.
So guys, thank you so much for watching this far. I'm actually going to put his phone number in the video so that you can reach out to him. And if you want a spray raise, if you want, you can actually tell them.
Okay, if you want a spray raise, if you want a greenhouse, if you want a tank, a big bulk water tank, if you want a steel shed, we are here for you. We have the cutting edge technology that you deserve as an investor.
As of now, guys, it's a goodbye.